Hey everyone, this is Rebecca Mills from DataStax. Today I'll be taking you through the example of the week. You can find this example and plenty of other really helpful examples in the DataStax examples org on GitHub. So this is the featured example of the week. Today we're going to be looking at this Java driver code examples. So basically this repository, it contains several standalone classes or code samples that illustrate a dedicated feature of the DataStax driver. But the cool thing is that these are implemented for both the Java Driver 3 and also the Java Driver 4. Because if you didn't know, in the latest version of the Java driver, being version 4, there was a major redesign of the architecture. So there was API changes and new features. There is a great blog post that goes into more details on these changes. I'll leave this in the description below the video for you to take a look at. But for now, we're just going to get into the example itself. So basically, I think this is a really great example if you just want to speed up your development. You want to just copy and paste your code to get started really quickly, or maybe you're looking to upgrade from version 3 to version 4 of the driver and you kind of want to understand some of the changes a bit better. So let's just have a look at our prerequisites here. We're going to need Java 11 plus. I actually have Java 13, so we should be good there. You're going to need Cassandra installed and running locally, or also there is actually a Docker option with this example. It comes with a Docker compose.yaml file. If you want to go that direction, it's probably going to be quicker to set up. Also, you're going to need Maven to compile and run this example. I'm going to be using IntelliJ IDE, so that's going to cover that aspect for me. Okay, so I'm just going to grab the example now and we'll get started. Alright, so I'm just going to grab the link here so I can clone down this repo. So git clone to get that. Okay, looks like we got it. Let's take a look at the repo itself. As you can see, there's a folder that includes 3.x examples and also a folder for 4.x examples. And we have that docker compose.yaml in case we want to try a Docker version of this later. So yeah, let's open this up in IntelliJ and see if we can get it going. Okay, so I'm just going to create a new project in IntelliJ. Java, of course, and I'm going to point to the Java 13 SDK, which it looks like it's already pointing to that. So we'll click Next. We won't be using a template for this. Project name, we'll just use something simple like Java samples. And we're going to point to that repo that we just cloned. And we'll hit finish. This is where the Java Driver 3.x examples live, and here is the folder for the 4.x examples. You can see they both have their own POM file. Since we plan on using Maven to compile and run all of our examples, let's make sure that this is added as a Maven project. And the same for the other folder. Okay, so let's give a couple of these a try. Just look for one of the classes here that we might be interested in running. Okay, so here's one sample that will show the cluster metadata using the 3.x driver. So let's just try that one. Okay, we see it creates a cluster instance, and then it gets the metadata protocol. the listen address, data center, rack, also the key spaces. Okay, so let's just run this. Okay, cool. In the output, we get the IP address of the instance, data center, rack, and a list of the system key spaces. We only have system key spaces right now because we haven't created a schema or inserted any data yet. So let's try the same class over in the folder that has the DataStax driver 4.0 examples. Show cluster metadata. So this is similar, but we can see that instead of creating a cluster instance, we are actually creating a CQL session instance instead. So that is one of the differences between the two drivers. But other than that, it looks pretty similar. So I suspect when we run this, we're going to get something that's very similar to the 3.x version. Yeah, this looks virtually the same. It's just you can see when you look at the class itself that it isn't using the cluster instance. It uses CQL session instead. Okay, so that's pretty cool. By the way, there's actually a listing of all the different classes you can run over in the README. That might be easier to see. So let's try a couple others now. Okay, we have one here called Getting Started. Let's see what that does. This is the 3.x driver, by the way. Okay, looks like it inserts a user. Different variations on simple statements. You have a query builder example, prepared statements. Okay, so let's use this to get some schema set up and also insert some data into our Cassandra database. Okay, it looks like we performed a handful of insert statements there. We also created a killer video key space. So that's pretty cool. You can see here we're using cluster and session as well. So let's have a look at the 4.x version of that. See if we can find it now. Oh, there it is, Getting Started. Yeah, this one uses CQL session. Oh, it looks like this uses a simple statement builder. I don't believe that is in 3.x. So, yeah, that's something different there. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, looks like we have a handful of inserts again. So let's just go have a look and see what's going on in CQL.sh. Okay. Describe key spaces. Yeah, we see that killer video key space has been added. Let's use that. What kind of tables we have in there now? Looks like we have a users table in there. Select all from users. Oh wow. Looks like we have 6 or 7 different doppelgangers of Cedric in here. Thanks for joining me today for this example. If you have any feedback or other ideas, please let us know. Hope to see you again next time.